Chapter 1. The Whisper in the Night. In the heart of bustling New York City, where the bright nights hummed with traffic and distant subway roars, lived a young software engineer named Ethan Thompson. At 28, Ethan was exhausted. Days blurred into endless code reviews, client calls, and the pressure of climbing the corporate ladder. English, the language of global opportunities, haunted him. He could read it, write basic emails, but speaking fluently? That felt impossible. Meetings left him silent, promotions slipped away, and confidence eroded like waves on a California shore. One weary evening, after a 14-hour shift, Ethan collapsed into bed in his cramped Brooklyn apartment. His phone, still playing from a half-forgotten playlist, whispered soft English sentences into the darkness. The mind awakens even in rest. Words take root in the quiet hours. The phrases looped gently, like waves lapping against the Hudson River. Ethan drifted off, unaware that his brain was still listening. Many English learners share Ethan's struggle. They juggle jobs, families, and dreams, craving fluency without the grind. They scroll endlessly, hunting shortcuts. Then they stumble upon the idea: learn English while you sleep. It sounds absurd at first. Absurd like believing a blizzard could teach you poetry. No textbooks, no speaking practice, just surrender to the night. Yet hope flickers. Ethan tried it, playing calming stories and vocabulary loops. Some mornings, words lingered like the warmth of fresh coffee. Others brought doubt. But the idea refused to fade. This belief stretches back decades. In the 1950s, visionaries in America and Europe experimented with hypnopedia, sleep machines repeating lessons during slumber. They dreamed of effortless mastery, using it for languages and even breaking habits like smoking. The brain, they claimed, lay open like fertile soil under starlight. Science later dismissed much of it as pseudoscience. Deep sleep seemed too guarded for new learning. Yet the internet revived the dream. YouTube flooded with success stories. Learners waking up sharper, memories stronger. Why do we cling to this? Because traditional learning exhausts us. Ethan attended evening classes in Manhattan, drilled grammar until his eyes burned, yet conversations froze on his tongue. Sleep learning felt like a merciful gift, rest that rewards. But Ethan knew truth lay deeper. Sleep isn't magic. It's a symphony of restoration. The brain doesn't shut down. It sorts, strengthens, and whispers forgotten treasures back to life. Could English become part of that night orchestra? Ethan decided to find out. Chapter 2. Shadows of the Sleeping Mind. That night, as New York's skyline glittered beyond his window, Ethan closed his eyes. His body stilled, but inside his skull, an invisible storm brewed. The brain never truly sleeps. It cycles through stages. Light drifts into deep waters, then surges into REM, where eyes dart beneath lids like dancers in a hidden festival. In these cycles, memories from the day rise like ghosts. Ethan's brain reviewed the English phrases he'd practiced. I navigate challenges with clarity. It weighed emotions. Did the words spark joy or frustration? Important ones were etched deeper. Trivial ones dissolved. This was memory consolidation, the brain's quiet librarian filing knowledge into vaults. Ethan had learned 12 new words that day. That night, as soft audio played, his mind revisited them. Scientists suggest that replaying familiar material during lighter sleep phases can reinforce pathways. Not new lessons, but echoes of the known. Ethan's brain didn't absorb fresh grammar rules like a sponge in the ocean. Instead, it fortified what daylight had planted. Stories, rich with emotion, rooted stronger than dry lists. Feelings acted as anchors, repetition as fertilizer. Chapter 3. Echoes from the Laboratory. Curiosity drove Ethan to dig deeper. He researched late into nights, uncovering experiments that bridged myth and reality. In Swiss labs, participants studied foreign words before bed. Half heard them replayed softly during sleep. The others rested in silence. Morning tests revealed sharper recall for the sleep group, not dramatic miracles but measurable strength. Another study paired tones during slumber. Brains registered them subtly without waking. In word pair tests, hat apple, moon green, sleeping minds formed faint connections detectable upon waking. Classical music paired with reviewed lessons enhanced calm and retention. Yet attempts at brand new complex material failed. The sleeping brain organizes. It doesn't cram like a frantic student before exams. Ethan realized, sleep learning is no lazy shortcut. It's a collaborator. Study by day in New York's chaotic energy. Review softly at night. The brain chooses emotionally charged, useful content. Stories of resilience, phrases of empowerment, these resonated. Chapter 4, Boundaries of the Night. Honest now, Ethan wanted fluency yesterday. Could sleep make him eloquent in boardrooms? No. Grammar demands active analysis, comparing structures, practicing aloud amid New York street chaos. Fluency requires stumbling through real talks at corner coffee shops or client calls. Sleep can't move your tongue or spark witty replies. But possibilities glowed. Vocabulary deepened. Familiar words bloomed into instinctive recall. Listening sharpened passively. English sounds felt less alien, like the rhythmic honks of city traffic becoming background harmony. Confidence grew from repetition. Fear of mistakes shrank as patterns embedded. Ethan couldn't learn everything in dreams, but he could nurture seeds planted awake. It became his quiet ally, not sole savior. Chapter 5, Evening Rituals. Ethan's transformation began with preparation. In his modest apartment, he dimmed lights, silenced notifications, and breathed deeply for 5 minutes. Calm invited memory. He reviewed only familiar content. A short story about a dreamer conquering mountains, mirroring his own ambitions. He recorded his voice speaking phrases with warmth. I rise with purpose. Challenges refine me. No intense cramming. Just gentle goodnights to English. A smile, even tired, signaled positivity. Science confirms. Positive emotions forge stronger neural bonds. Ethan's notebook by the bed held 3 treasured lines nightly. This 20-minute ritual primed his mind like fertile soil before spring rains. Chapter 6, Melodies of the Dark. What played in the velvet darkness? Slow, familiar stories. Tales of perseverance set in vibrant American cities or global adventures. Phrase loops. Empowering affirmations repeated softly. Gentle music like soft jazz piano or ocean waves cradled the words. Ethan avoided news blasts, fast podcasts, or novel lessons. Volume stayed low, a whisper. Timers limited sessions to 45 minutes. His own voice, recorded with a calm, clear narration, felt most intimate. Shadowing, repeating aloud briefly before bed, signaled importance to his brain. Chapter 7, The Daily Rhythm. Ethan's routine became his secret weapon. Dawn in New York. 5 minutes of light listening while brewing coffee, words waking with him. Midday break. Quick review during lunch amid office hum. Night sanctuary. Review, smile, play audio, surrender to sleep. For busy days, even one whispered sentence sufficed. Consistency over intensity. Same material for days built depth. Ethan's English didn't explode overnight but flowed smoother, like the East River after a storm. Chapter 8, Pitfalls in the Shadows. Many falter. Ethan nearly did too. Playing unfamiliar content, all-night loops disrupting rest, switching stories daily. These scattered the brain's focus. He corrected. Familiar only. Timed sessions. Emotional, calm material. No magic expectations. Daytime action remained king. Enjoyment fueled retention. Chapter 9, Voices Unleashed. Weeks in, Ethan's speaking transformed. Words arrived unforced in meetings. Familiarity bred automaticity. Patterns internalized like childhood rhymes. Fear dissolved. English felt like an old friend. Sleep provided the deep repetition children absorb naturally, soft, pressure-free. Combined with practice, it unlocked fluency's door. Not overnight, but profoundly. Chapter 10, The Eternal Garden. Imagine your mind as an ancient oak garden in a hidden New York courtyard. Seeds of English words, stories, dreams. Rest in rich earth. Daylight plants them with care. Night waters silently. Roots spread. Leaves unfurl. Growth is quiet, inevitable. Ethan now walks meetings with poise. Promotions came. Conversations spark joy. He tends his garden nightly. Small stories, warm phrases, peaceful surrender. English thrives not through force but rhythm. Day's effort, night's grace. Your garden awaits. Choose a tale that stirs your soul. Play it softly. Smile into the dark. Trust the process. Tomorrow new leaves emerge. English isn't conquered in noise. It blossoms in night's embrace. Ethan Thompson's journey continues, whispering across oceans and dreams. Yours can too. The night is not empty. It's alive with possibility. Rest well. Grow deeply. Speak boldly.